I'm tonight calling out Victoria's police and their masters in the Labor government. Why are you cooperating with the violent fascists of the left to stop Conservatives or people of the right from holding meetings? I want to give you the latest example of police and these fascists in effect cooperating to shut down debate. In this case, a public talk in Melbourne by two Canadian internet stars said to be of the alt-right, Lauren Southern and Stefan Molyneux. Check out this bill for nearly $68,000 that police sent to organisers of Southern and Molyneux's tour of Australia. That is $68,000 that police demand to protect the two Canadians tomorrow night when the violent left try to stop their meeting. In fact, the police first suggested they be paid $150,000. This is the most generous discount. And this is insane. I mean, why didn't police send this bill to the perpetrators of the violence instead? To the bullies and the thugs, instead of to their victims? Now, I said that here's Victoria Police, in effect, cooperating with Melbourne's violent fascist left. Now, obviously, I don't mean they're deliberately cooperating, ringing each other, colluding. What I do mean is that between them, the police and the fascist left, they make it too frightening or too expensive for Conservatives or the right to hold meetings in Melbourne. Meetings that they can hold just about anywhere else in the country without a problem. And you know, the Victorian government, it must approve of this harassment because it does nothing about it. I want to give you some background. So many Conservative events in Melbourne these days get attacked by violent mobs of the left. There was the mob that invaded a dinner of the Institute of Public Affairs with Rupert Murdoch that I was emceeing. There was the mob that attacked people trying to hear visiting Dutch political leader Geert Wilders, and the one that tried to stop a dinner with Australian Conservatives boss Cory Bernardi. One Nation leader Pauline Hanson, she had to cancel a public event with Conservative Jews in Melbourne when police couldn't guarantee her safety. And I know this very well because I've been through this myself in the latest book tour. I could safely hold launches, very popular ones in Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, but I had to cancel the one in Melbourne. Left-wing fascist groups had spent weeks recruiting activists to come cause trouble. And police warned, look, this could get violent, but then told us they could spare us just a handful of officers to protect us, and we should go by our own security. And of course, when I launched someone else's book in Melbourne, I was attacked in the street by the fascist left and had to fight back. Police later said they couldn't find my two attackers and had to accept the word of the third guy, the cameraman, that he wasn't involved. Strange days. Okay, well, that's the violent left on one side, and now the police playing tag on the other. When libertarian showman Milo Yiannopoulos last year wanted to give several sold-out speeches in Melbourne, he faced two problems. One, venues kept cancelling because the left are now attacking them as well. And two, police hit Milo with a huge bill, $50,000 to uphold his right to speak freely in Melbourne without being bashed by the violent leftists who rallied outside his show and attacked his audience and attacked the police. So, that's the cooperation I mean. First, these fascists of the left, they attack Conservatives and alt-right speakers, and then the police come around demanding a huge bill for protection. It is actually a protection racket, and only Conservatives must pay, because who attacks meetings of the left here? When militant leftists gather each year in Melbourne for the annual Marxism conference, they don't need the protection of a single policeman. No one bothers them. You don't see me going out there marching up and down trying to attack them. And I said Victoria's Socialist Labor government is up to their neck in this. Its police minister, Lisa Neville, she's right out there demanding the shakedown, demanding the protection money from people like Milo.
VicPol have some costings per officer, depending on the seniority of the officers, and they're working through that right now. But this will at least be a bill for about $50,000 as a minimum.
$50,000?
Yeah, back to the organisers of this event.
Gentlemen, this is a shakedown in the state of Victoria, a real scandal. Is that where this state now is? It is fascist dictate who may speak in Victoria effectively with the help of the police and the government. So Conservatives must pay a fortune to speak or risk violence. What on earth happened to our democracy and our free speech?